What we do here is go back.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Yo, what up, everybody, and welcome to an exciting episode of It's Just Another Day in Paradise. I'm your co-host, Stupid Steve. She is Tanya with the J. Say hello, Tanya.
What up?
And on today's show, we are going to talk about the Great Debt Reset. All right, I was looking this up yesterday. Sent me some stuff about it, and then I started researching and getting into it, so I'm going to dig into it a little bit today. China's already got their digital currency. It's called DCEP, or Digital Currency Electronic Payment. Facebook has Libra, and, you got Bitcoin, all that stuff. We're also going to do the More You Know, This Day in History, and who knows what else we will get into today. So, lots to get into. You have your stuff pulled up. Working on it, right?
Yeah.
Don't even look at me like that. Working on it. We're still waiting on people to get in here. If you're joining us on the live stream, thank you so much for joining us on our live. I deleted our live stream from yesterday. You know why?
No.
Do you want to know why? You have your stuff.
What?
I deleted our live stream from yesterday.
Okay.
Because I was afraid that YouTube was going to flag it and we were going to get in trouble. Because we talked a lot of COVID yesterday, and we get in trouble when we talk COVID. So I had to be careful. I was very careful yesterday when we with our video. I was thinking about it all night last night. Like, the podcast was decent, but it wasn't good enough for me to say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and take a chance and see if because the next strike we get, we're kicked off YouTube for a week.
A week.
And I just wanted to get to it before they did. And that way, if they flag it, I could say, hey, buddy, I deleted this. I deleted the video on purpose. Like, I didn't mean for that to be uploaded, because they automatically upload our live streams. So I was careful with that. And if you're on YouTube Live, you can message in at any time. I am keeping an eye on the chat, just so you guys know. I should just put it in here. I could put it on our video itself. But, it is what it is. Got a long list of stuff that we need done, by the way, over the next couple days. So I'm off. So we have a couple days to get some stuff done, right? You're gonna help me, right?
Yeah.
I got a list with 16 different things on it. What's up? Tanya's in the live studio.
When don't I help you?
You help me, yeah.
All right, I'm getting
right
stuff
now.
together.
You are busy, right? You're pulling your stuff up because Isaiah needed an emergency ride home.
He ain't get it.
He ain't get it though. He ain't get it. He wanted to. Like, dude. Like, throw some ice on it. Like, just because, She said, not for long, but hey, what's up, Bahram? You has entered the live studio. So we are off and rolling a little bit. Yeah, so I deleted the video from yesterday, our live stream. If you're looking, like, if you was, like, going to watch it, which I don't know. Our live streams don't do too bad, but I did have to get rid of it because I was scared that somebody in YouTube was going to flag it, and then we were going to get kicked off for a week. And I did not want to get kicked off a week from YouTube, so I just got rid of it. It's sad that we live in that kind of world, ain't it? Where you just can't speak out on things. It sucks. By the way, we have a live stream tonight. I don't know if we're not going to go Facebook Live with it.
No.
We are not going to go Facebook Live with it because it's going to be heavy COVID talk. Heavy COVID talk.
No video whatsoever.
Are we allowed to say what she does as her profession?
Yes, but
We are.
I will not be releasing her name.
Yeah, so she's like going deep undercover. She works in the medical field, and she is very critical of COVID-19. And she's coming with some fire tonight. What
Yeah.
time are we doing this?
8-ish.
8-ish tonight. We're going to do this
8-ish.
8 o'clock tonight. We're going to do a show on Podbean only, because I'm not talking about this on YouTube because we'll get in trouble because we're talking about vaccines and things like that. So I'm going to keep it off YouTube. But if you want to listen, we'll be on at 8 o'clock tonight, 8-ish, with somebody who works in the medical field and has firsthand experience with what's going on. And she's here to tell you what
Don't
could
say
because
her name.
And it's sad because doctors, nurses, anybody that speaks out about this is at huge risk for losing their jobs or
Right.
just
So,
being.
You heard me, right?
What?
Don't say her name.
No, I'm not going to say her name. I'm not going to do that. I know she's worried about that. I know
Yeah.
that she don't want her name out there because she could lose her job, especially saying some of the things that how she feels about things. But like even like the virologists that have come out and spoken out about this, or the scientists or the doctors, like even the headline ones that don't care, that are willing to risk their jobs to get information out there, the other side of the argument, even those people are torn down and ripped apart, and their character goes into question, and they're made fun of and they're ridiculed. You just can't have the other side of the argument, which bothers the hell out of me, especially as somebody who seeks the other side of the argument. I want to know the other side of it. Okay, I'm getting all of this mainstream. What's up, Roy? What's up, Irami? What's up, everybody? So I'm getting all the mainstream stuff, but I'm not getting the other side of the argument. It's sad that we live in that type of world, that you can't just speak your mind. It's sad that I got to pull videos down off of YouTube. You know, it's sad that people can't speak freely. They're literally scared to speak of what they're seeing in the medical. I mean, this is a frontline worker. Sorry, I had to fix that. This is a frontline worker. This is somebody who's in the field and terrified to speak. So that's live at 8 o'clock. So let's get into the headline today. I want to talk about the Great Debt Reset. Like I said, Bahram, you sent me some stuff.
Is he on here?
Yeah, he is.
So I'm looking up stuff just real quick.
Okay.
I'm just looking up stuff for my little session or whatever. And it says, did you know that if the earth were flat, water would cover everything in a layer 2 miles deep?
That's not necessarily true.
Well, I just read it and I was like,
Oh, you're
that's
doing
crazy.
weird weather facts. If the earth was flat,
I was just reading through them.
it would be covered in water, duh. Anyways, so headline of today. We are going to get into the Great Debt. So Bahram, you sent me some stuff and he had me looking, and I knew a little bit about the Great Debt Reset, but it's been going on since like the 80s and 90s. I remember my whole life everybody's waiting for the dollar to crash. But now it's a little bit more realistic, and we're starting to see some of this stuff happen. So I got some stuff I want to pull up and talk about today. So that is going to be our headline of the day.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Your organization's terrible. Your organization's terrible. Let's go. Go ahead. Quiet. Quiet. Go ahead. She's asking a question. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news.
You are fake news. So I got some stories pulled up, and I'm gonna go ahead and read the one from BBC News, the great BBC News. So basically, what's happening is, just to give you my opinion on an overlay before we dig into this, is COVID-19 is creating a substantial amount of debt, right? The United States have been in debt for a long time. You're talking trillions of dollars. The whole world is in debt to somebody. I don't know who we're in debt to. Obviously, the masters that run this world, the central banking system, that's who we're in debt to, I guess. But there's massive amounts of debt all over the world. And through COVID-19, they're going to be able to create a fully digital currency, which they're already moving towards now. I mean, it's inevitable. Our currency is going to be digitalized. It's going to be, everything's on your phone. It's pretty much like that now. We talk about that now. It's very rare we see dollar bills or some physical money to back up what's in our account. All we see are the credits that are in our account. We pay online. You know, we do bill pay. We do it over the phone. We do it online. It's just credits coming from one account into another. You never see physical cash. You never go pay somebody you don't pay anything with cash anymore. Hardly anything. And even they say that notes that you have in your hand, that physical currency is just as worthless as the paper it's printed on, because nothing backs it. There's supposed to be gold stashed throughout, but I mean the gold is held and it's owned by the central banking system. That's why a lot of people invest in gold, because it's physical currency. It's physical, something physical to have. It's worth money, right? But with the new digital currency, there will be literally nothing. They will hold all the assets, and you will literally just see numbers on a screen. That's it. They will have all the assets. You won't have anything, not even a note, a physical note to back up your currency. Like nothing. It'll just be numbers on a screen. That's it. And we're already seeing coin shortages, and a lot of people don't even accept paper money. So at one day, everyone will use digital currency. And next year is the 50th anniversary of Nixon and Congress taking U.S. off gold standard. Yes, the coin shortage is what we're talking. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's the market is exactly. That's it's we're starting to see everything come to play now. I mean, things that we've known, a lot of people, I wouldn't say we've known, but a lot of people have known for years. We're starting to see these things happen now. It's starting to take place. This is all part of the COVID has launched their new world order. It has been launched and a plan is underway. Agenda 21 is underway, which will ultimately be a one world government, one world currency, one world religion. Everything will be globalized. We are stepping foot. The 21st century is the globalized nation. We're seeing it. We're seeing it. Yeah, and he said if you wonder why they want Trump out of the picture. No kidding, right? I mean, I still have some iffy thoughts about the whole Trump thing. Like he was part of the whole thing, because you never know with politicians. I'm still iffy on whether or not Trump was involved in all this just to create chaos. But I mean, you never know. I don't know. It is definitely the new world order. So I want to read this story. Get this pulled up. And this is from the BBC. It says, one day everyone will use China's digital currency, because currently China has a digital currency they're using it. And they can literally shut your credits down whenever they want. See, that's the thing about digital currency. They track every single purchase you make. And I mean every single purchase you make.
It looks like he got shot in his leg.
They can shut your credits, because I wouldn't even call it money. They would shut your credits off. They can shut your credits off at any time. They're already doing this in China. You disagree with them, they're going to shut your credits off. You do something wrong, they can just take it right out of your account. And the next story I'll read will kind of explain that. But Chandler Guo, I'm just going to call him Chandler, was a pioneer of cryptocurrency, the digital currencies that can be created and used independently for national central banks and governments. In 2014, he set up an operation to produce one of those currencies, Bitcoin, in a secret location in Western China. Mining Bitcoin is a power-hungry enterprise involving dozens of computers, so he used power from hydroelectric station in partnership with local Chinese government official. At its peak, his machines were capable of mining 30% of the world's Bitcoin. He believed Bitcoin would one day change the world and replace the dollar. But now he sees a new force emerging, a payment system created by the Chinese state and known as Digital Currency Electronic Payment, DCEP, or DECEPT. Maybe deception for short. I don't know. They love those little things, don't they? Those little niches. It's really a digital version of China's official currency. So to me, this is China's first. This is the world's first official currency, and they are using this. This is an official Chinese government currency. The yuan. What is their currency called? Yuan? Is it yuan? I don't know. Let's see here. And Mr. Guo feels DCEP will become the dominant global currency. One day, everyone in the world will be using DCEP, he says, or DCEP. I'll just call it DCEP. Decept, short for deception. DCEP will be successful because there are a lot of Chinese people living outside of China. There are 39 million Chinese living outside the country. If they have a connection with China, they will use DCEP. They can make DCEP become an international currency. But many question whether it will succeed, and there are concerns that it will be used by Beijing to spy on other citizens. Like Bitcoin, DCEP utilizes a blockchain technology, a type of digitized ledger used to verify transactions. So a type of digitized ledger used to verify transactions. Blockchain acts as a universal record of every transaction ever made on that network. The users collaborate to verify new transactions when they occur. In practice, that means users don't need a bank if, for example, they want to pay each other, perhaps with their phones. China plans to launch DCEP later this year, but so far the People's Bank of China has not given an exact date of a nationwide launch. And I don't know when this was this was in the 24th of September. It doesn't have the year, so I'm expecting this to be this September. But this is underway. People are using this. I think I took the other story off. It's hard to predict a timeline, but the People's Bank of China is under a lot of pressure to accelerate the development because they do not want to be in a world where Libra, which we're about to talk about, is Facebook's digital currency, becomes a global currency, which they think is worse than the current global financial system controlled by the U.S. So it's basically a big race. It's like the race to space. It's the digital currency race. Who can make the worldwide digital currency first? Who can make it more popular? And they're saying the way China's going to do it is because there's 39 million Chinese people using this currency outside of the U.S. or outside of China, which is going to basically flood the system and create, that's going to be a worldwide currency because it's going to just start flowing into the system. The Chinese believes that if some other countries can also use Chinese currency, it can break the United States' monetary sovereignty. The United States has built the current global financial system and the instruments, says the anonymous Chinese cryptocurrency observer known as Bitfool. The technology enthusiast worked in the venture capital sector before joining the numbers of Chinese internet companies. He started researching Bitcoin and believes that digital currencies represent the future of money. Now, if you want to watch, Bitcoin is over $15,000 a share right now. So now I want to get to Libra, which is Facebook's digital currency, which can also become and then we'll kind of wrap this thing up and I'll tell you why digital currency is such a problem and how this is a new world order. This is just another part, just another thing that they're using COVID to gain control of. It's all part of a plan. So, discussions about possible replacement. This is from American Express. Okay, this is American Express's website. Discussions about possible replacement of the dollar as world reserve currency have until recently tended to center in existing national currencies such as the euro and the renminbi. But now a new contender for world reserve currency has appeared. Digital currency or cryptocurrency. Proposal for a reserve digital currency broadly fall into three types. All are digital currencies, but the proposals differ in the way they are, dependent on central banks. So they want this money to be dependent on central banks, issued by central banks, and entirely independent of central banks. So that you can have three types of cryptocurrency. Which one do you think you're going to get? Dependent on central banks, issued directly by central banks, are entirely independent of central banks. I can almost promise you're not going to get the third option, which is entirely independent of central banks. Central banks is what runs the world. They are not going to allow cryptocurrency like Bitcoin that does not rely on them or is not issued by them to become big. This is simply not going to happen. So what are they doing in Silicon Valley? Well, many people interpreted Facebook's proposed Libra coin as an attempt to introduce a new global settlement currency. Though many were skeptical that it would work, in Libra's case, the proposal is to back the digital currency with existing reserve currencies and assets, principally the dollar, so its value would be dependent on central banks. So they're backing their currency with their assets and their physical dollars and everything that they have invested, making it dependent on central banks. So, and basically, hold on, I'm going to read this next part. Especially for the U.S. Federal Reserve. In such an arrangement, the dollar and the reserve currencies would potentially remain as a world reserve assets, but an international settlement would primarily take place using the digital currency. So they would have all the physical wealth, the central banks. They would have the gold, they would have the bills, they would have all the physical properties. And Facebook would issue Libra, which is their digital currency. You would buy into that, right? They would get And basically all you're left with is a number on a screen. There's nothing physical to back your dollar up. Nothing physical to back your dollar up whatsoever. There's no physical dollar, no gold, no nothing backing this number, because that's all it is, a number on a screen. Which means they have complete control over everything. They have all the physical monies, the notes, the gold. You don't get anything. See, if I go invest in a bunch of gold, I'm going to have, $10,000. If I take $10,000 buy gold, I have $10,000 worth of gold right here. I have something physical, something, this is monies, even dollar bills, which they say is not worth anything anyways because it's not backed by anything. I still have a physical note. If things break down, I have physical money. If things break down, I have physical gold. I can purchase things with this. It's valuable. But with numbers on a screen, credits, not worth anything. Really? I mean, you may be able to buy and sell and things like that, and your credits will go from your screen to their screen and from their screen to your screen, and you'll make money and you'll spend money. But if it breaks down, nothing. If they want to remove your money, if they want to take things away from you, all they got to do is hop in the system and do it. Mm-hmm. Nothing you can do about it.
That's crazy.
They're going to track your transactions, every single transaction. I don't care if it's a 50-cent cup of coffee. Mm-hmm. And why does Facebook want to know that? They already listen to what you're talking about. They already target you through ads, right? Think about if they can track your dollars and your money that you spend. Now they know exactly what you're after, exactly what you're buying, and exactly how to profit off of you even more. It gets better. How central banks might create a new world digital currency. According to the Bank for International Settlements, most central banks are conducting research into digital currencies and may be experimenting with creating their own. The BIS says that the local conditions, such as Sweden's intimate cashlessness, are driving the move towards central bank digital currencies, rather than any desire to significantly change the international monetary system. However, some central bankers seem to be looking further ahead. In a recent speech, Mark Carney, governor of the Bank of England, commented that the dollar's dominance, in effect, prevents the rest of the world, and especially developing countries, from controlling their own monetary policy. He argued that technology could be used to solve the problems of the dollar. Hindrey, whatever the hell it is. But he warned that simply creating a digital version of the dollar would not solve the issue, the problem. When change comes, it shouldn't be to swap one currency for another, he said. Any unpopular system is unsuited to a multipolar world. We would do well to think through every opportunity, including those presented by new technologies, to create a more balanced and effective system. So it's a more balanced system, a more effective system. Because inequality, you want the poorer countries to be able to have their own, they want one world currency. That way poor countries ain't poor and rich countries ain't substantially rich. That way it's all even. The wealth is distributed evenly. It's one world money. Not just the US dollar, not the China dollar. It's one world currency. Right? I want to move on to...
Ramu said the day we go cashless is the day we lose more freedom than ever before.
The day we go cashless is the day we lose more freedom than ever before. Absolutely. Because you won't have financial freedom anymore. And I'm gonna read this. Hold on a second. I want to get it. Let's see here. Carney suggests that rather than a single CBDC, central banks would create a network of digital currencies. So central banks would create a network of digital currencies. Due to the developments in faster payments, most countries already moving towards electronic payments settling in real time. In most developed countries, the principal difference between electronic payment as currently configured and a CBDC is that the gateway to central bank settlement is via commercial banks. I don't think people understand how powerful that statement is. The gateway to central bank settlement is via commercial banks. Introducing a CBDC, which is it could mean giving businesses and households direct access to the central bank. And in turn, it gives the central bank direct access to you. If you have direct access to the central bank is going to have direct access to you.
Somebody said, calm down, foil heads. You can barter with items and keep your freedoms. Trade a chicken for your gas bill.
Is that, yeah? Oh, yeah? We're going to trade our chickens for our gas bill. Is that what we're going to do? We're going to go back to the times of the tribes. We're going to allow them to tear our monetary system and our whole entire world down to the point where we're going to start trading chickens for gas. We're going to start eating out of the dumpster next. So what happens if you fuck up in your country? They don't like what you said. They don't like what you did. They don't like, you going out and speaking against them. Because by the looks of it, you won't do that. You'll behave very nicely. What happens if you don't like what they're doing to you and you go out and speak out against them, and then they empty your bank account? They take your credits. They say, oh, yeah, you don't like what we're doing. Well, then I'll just simply reset you, because it happens. It happens now in China. I don't know exactly where you're from. Move to a third world country, friend. They have no control. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to move to a third world country. That's what I'm going to have to do, right?
You'll be free.
Yes, you're right. Be free. Completely go off the grid and live off the land. Would be a wonderful thing to do. Really would. It really would. Yeah. Or how about we just don't have a corrupt government, a corrupt system that forces its power and control onto the people and squeezes you and bleeds you dry into submission. Just beats you into submission.
I'm not moving to Somalia.
No. I'm not. I mean, that's silliness. That's silly talk. Come on, man.
Hashtag foil heads.
Foil heads. Is that what we are now? Foil heads? Foil heads. Listen. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to move on from right there, okay? So, how is all this being implemented? How is all this coming about? It's all through the name of COVID-19. Because we are going to be in massive debt. People are going to start losing things. We are going to go into a recession. And in order to fix it all, they're going to have to reset the debt. That is not a foil head conspiracy theory. There has already been major talks about resetting your debt. So, in order to reset your debt, or in order to implement a cryptocurrency or a digital currency, resetting the debt is absolutely imperative. You have to reset the debt. You have to wash away all the old money. You have to reset the debt and get rid of all that in order to implement something new. Now, this used to be, and maybe I can still draw some skepticism towards this, but the fact of the matter is,
My goodness gracious.
well, for a long time, it used to be, this has been going on for a long time. The dollar's going to collapse. The dollar's going to collapse. And that's why people thought, and it was a huge conspiracy. But now you can actually see it with your own two eyes happening. It's about to actually happen. We are moving towards a cryptocurrency. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And, dude, shut the fuck up. Honestly. You sound like, where are you from? Where are you from, my man? You want to jump in this room and act like a fucking fool? Like, no. I keep my wealth in crack cocaine and it holds value well. They killed Gaddafi for trying to start the crack standard. I mean, honestly. Right, back in your pen you go. See you later, Eric. I do my research. Back in your pen, little sheep. Back in your pen. Go back and do what you're told. Go back.
Oh,
okay.
boy.
You can when you're in chains, my friend, you could think back about this conversation. When they're literally controlling, I bet they already control every aspect of your lives. Every aspect of your life. I'm sure you do exactly what you're told every single day. And you want to talk about freedom, my friend, you don't know freedom. You know nothing of it. You come out every once in a while to, I don't know, speak. What are you speaking well on your? Are they treating you well over there? Are you being a good boy and they're doing everything that you need to do? Because it sounds like it. Loosen your chain up, my friend. Take your collar off. Open your eyes and pay attention. Until then, I mean, you can type away. I'm not reading a goddamn thing you got to say. You come on here, you immediately insult me, call me a foil head, which is foolishness.
But he's on our side.
But you're on our side, and you're talking absolute dumb shit. If you can't see what you're facing, if you can't see what you're staring down, which is a one world government, a one world currency, then that's your bad. That's your bad, and you can suffer through it. At least I'll be aware of it happening. There might not be a damn thing I can do about it, but at least I can be aware of it happening. Now. Oh, by the way, if you want to follow me live, you can follow me live on YouTube. Mr. Tianomy Face, whatever the fuck your name is. You can follow me live on YouTube. Would love to have you back. Jesse Key's watching us live. What's up, Jesse? So, moving on. Let's see here. Oh, I wanted to play this video. If you want to go to YouTube and watch this video, I'm going to play this video.
You said you sound triggered.
No, I'm not triggered. He don't even know
I
what
told
triggered
him bye.
Jesus Christ. That's the fucking asshole that keeps calling me about my auto warranty detail every day. That's him, ain't it? I don't want the auto warranty.
Give me the pros first.
So, I want to play this video from digital currency's role and future of central banks. And this is from Bloomberg News. And this is an Indian gentleman who's talking about digital currency. Now, you won't be able to hear this on Podbean, but you can see it on my live feed.
Central banking getting into
and I'll try to play along here as much as I can. Try to speak about what he's saying.
If you look at certain economies like Sweden, where the use of cash is very fast disappearing, central banks may have very little role to play, both in terms of wholesale as well as retail payment systems. So this would keep central banks in the business of creating money, although most money in modern economies is really created by commercial rather than central banks. In addition, having a central bank digital currency would put a crimp on illegal activity that is...
So he just said digital currency would put a crimp on illegal activity.
Intermediated to cash, bring a lot more activities into the tax net, and it would
bring a lot more activities into the tax net. So if you did something illegal, you know, if they were looking for you, whatever the case may be, before you even had your time in court, they could empty your bank account. So you couldn't go anywhere or do anything. And then they can determine whether or not, you know, what you did was wrong. They could call you whatever, an enemy of the state, like red flag laws, whatever the case may be. You might be at risk of running. If you might not even had your day in court yet. And they say, you know what, we're going to empty your bank account because we don't want you leaving the state. That's just one example. They can tax you automatically, especially if it's centrally bank controlled. If the central banks control the currency, they can take it and give it whenever they want to. Hey, you owe taxes. We're just going to go ahead and take it from you. You don't have the option to pay or not to pay or to dispute it or whatever. They can just simply get it from you.
Would also make monetary policy at one level somewhat easier to implement. If we all had deposit accounts with the Federal Reserve, which would be one way of having electronic money, the Fed would be able to impose negative nominal interest rates, which it couldn't do during the financial crisis. So there is a lot to be said for... So one of the issues is that I could no longer buy you a cup of coffee without either a private agent or the government.
So he says, I would not be able to buy you a cup of coffee without the agents or federal agents knowing I bought it for you.
Only a question about whether we should have at least some privacy in our financial dealings without
should
the
we
government.
Have some privacy in our financial dealings? I think so.
To see them. There is also the potential for some degree of instability. If you do have central banks issuing currencies, it could take commercial banks out of the game in terms of...
There you go. That's the biggest statement that he just made. if you have central banks issuing currency, then it will take commercial banks out of the game, which means, if you're following along, is he still talking shit?
I'm handling it.
If he's following along, then it's as simple as this. No more commercialized banks. All your money comes from a central banking system. There's no more banking competitions. Whatever loan interest rate they want to give you, they choose, they dictate. It's a financial monopoly. How do you get rid of the world? How do you get rid of all commercial banks? Because they've done this before. They did this in 1929 or 1919 when they got rid of when they created the central banking system, the Federal Reserve. They put a lot of commercial banks out of business. Right now there are very few commercial banks, but at least there's enough banks that they'll compete for your business. They want your dollars. Once those are wiped out with digital currency and the Federal Reserve or the central banking system starts issuing those dollars, there will be no competition. It's like a godlike power. You will have power over all the wealth in the entire world. See what I'm saying? All the wealth. The central banking system will control every dime. One world currency. Ultimately, one world government. Because follow the money, that's what matters. Not the policies, not the politics, not Donald Trump, not Joe Biden. Follow the money. That's what rules us. Cash rules everything around me. Get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. That's what it's about. Once they control your dollars, they control you. If you don't like it, then I guess you're going to have to move to a third world country and eat out of garbage cans or learn how to hunt and grow your own food, because you will no longer have control over your own dollar bills, over your own money. The central banking system will issue you your money. They will control everything. Commercialized banks, no more. They are gone. Get what I'm saying? Decentralized currency. Class 1 probes in the house, by the way. I don't know who's all watching the Dean and Joe in here, it seems like. Eric's still with us? I don't know. Thank you for handling that. You ready to move on?
Yeah.
Got caught a foil head today. I got caught a head case on Saturday.
Oh my God, dude.
Well, I am. You know what? We have a little clique. We're called the Head Cases, and we work together, spreading information to one another. So we do have inside scoops on what secret societies have planned. You know that I predicted that Joe Biden would have been president. I predicted that. It was called the Red Mirage. Can you believe it? It's insane, right? It's crazy. Did you know Dr. Fauci predicted that the virus was going to hit us? He predicted this in 2016. Who would have thought?
I mean, what's wrong with this guy?
Who would have thought? I'm blown away that he said in 2016 that a virus was coming, and then here we are in 2020. It's like
dummy.
Such a coincidence.
Come on, bro.
It's such a coincidence. It's crazy. I mean, obviously he's very bored and he has no friends. You can move on anytime.
I know. I told him to have a fabulous day.
Anytime. All right? Or you can just hang around just trolling my because you think it's funny. He's sitting over in India thinking he's funny. Don't you have some customer service calls to take?
Oh, hell.
Like, don't you have a few customer service calls to take? Do I have to call Hewlett Packard customer service line to get you off my feed?
Oh, yeah. Right.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
I don't want to ask him what his thoughts are on COVID. I don't care what his thoughts are on COVID. Dude, you're in here just dicking around being a dick. Move on. Move on. It has nothing to do with racism. It just has to you being a dickhead. I don't like dickish people. Jesus fucking Christ.
I know. That's. I told him. I already told him.
Goodbye.
There's a difference in having a different opinion and mocking and calling names. Like.
Goodbye. I mean, if you have a difference of opinion, that's fine. I want you to have a difference of opinion. We can go and at first when he started talking, he called me a foil head. That's how he came in throwing fire. You know, you're a foil head. Okay, well then let's debate this. You think I'm crazy? You think I'm out of whack? Then let's debate this. Give me the other side of the argument. Give me a good argument here. Because everything that I've seen for years is starting to come to fruition. And people like that, if you just want to stay blind and you want to live your life blindly and you don't want to pay attention to the details and what's coming your way, you know what? I envy you. I envy you. I wish I could just live my life however and say whatever government, whatever you guys want to do, I trust you. I'm going to do. I wish I could do that. I wish I could live my life without paying attention to the details. But once you swallow that red pill, it's a bitch. The red pill is a bitch. It is a pain in the ass because you will have people like that say you're crazy, you're nuts, while they're locked in their homes with muzzles over their face, praying to God they don't die from a disease that has a 99.7% survival rate. Okay? Calling on their neighbors because they have too many people. We live in a police state where they're encouraging you, your government officials are encouraging you to call the police on your neighbors if they have more than 10 people at their house on Thanksgiving. But I'm the head case. I'm the foil head. If you choose to live your life that way, with complete oblivion to what's going on around you, then live your life that way. That's fine. I'm not going to attack you in any way. I'm just going to try to open your eyes. But when you come in throwing heat, calling people foil heads and just talking shit and trolling people's pages, that's ridiculous. We can have a debate. We can go back and forth. That's fine. I'm open-minded. I even said I was critical of the cryptocurrency because I've been hearing since the 90s that the US dollar was going to crash. I am critical of it. I am kind of skeptical when I hear it. But now I'm starting to see things align into a way where they're not going to have a choice but to implement digital currency, which will have no other effect other than crashing the dollar and creating a super globalized central banking system. That's the only way you can do it. And cryptocurrency is out there. Now, it's not a mirage. It's not fake. Bitcoin exists. Facebook is pushing Libra. I just read to you that China has its own cryptocurrency that is implementing. The only way to really get it going is to reset the current debt structure because you don't want to launch a cryptocurrency or a new world currency into a debt-ridden world. It's got to start fresh, clean. And I'm sitting here reading you statements from people, powerful people that have their hands in the money saying that this is going to be created from a central banking system. Even Libra is investing its money into the central banking system, in turn giving Libra from Facebook its value. It's getting its value from the central banking system and the physical assets it has in the banking system. This isn't some foil hat conspiracy. This shit is happening. It's happening, and it's all coming through the name of COVID-19. Everything that's happening today, we have to do it because of COVID. But I'm the foil head. I'm the foil head. It's okay. It's okay. I'll take it as a compliment. I'll take it as a compliment.
Tripping.
All right. You can't debate with opinions, though. Bring the facts. I just read all I'm just sat there, read through all the info. I'm sitting there reading them all. These are, if you want the fact, just read them. I just read Facebook. I just read what was going on every single, on these websites, on American Express. You got Chinese government coming out and launching their own digital currency. They're saying there's only 3 options. And the third one's definitely not going to be it. It's going to have to be through a centralized banking system. They're saying this is how it's going to be done. This is statements coming from Bloomberg, from American Express, from the Chinese government.
Yeah, Roy wasn't talking about you.
You know what I'm saying?
You hear me?
What?
He wasn't talking about you.
Better not be. All right, so moving on. Okay, let's move on and get. So I wanted to get into that because Bahram, you sent it to me, and I was digging into it the last couple of days a little bit. And last night I watched about an hour and a half worth of footage, and I listened to Glenn Beck talk about it. And, you know, again, I've known about it for a while, but always skeptical. You always hear the dollar's going to crash, but now there's a real legit pathway to make this happen. And I just thought it was interesting how it's just another factor of the new world order or the one world government, because that's what we're leading to. That's what everything's leading to this. Once they have a one world currency, it's over. We are a one world government because everything goes back to the money. If they actually start a one world currency, that's it. Done. One world government. Because again, I don't care what political party, what socialism, communism, democracy, whatever. It's all powered by the dollar. Cash rules everything around me. All right. Nasara and Gassara. Yes, I looked into them last night, and this is where it led me down to. But if you want to elaborate, by all means, and send me some more stuff on it. I blocked my friend. I should have just left him on there, but he was getting on my nerves. All right. What else do we have here? The more you know. You ready to do the more you know?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Make friends first.
We had a little troll friend today.
Make love.
I left him in for a while. I mean, you know, I was open to a debate, and then he started talking about crack,
You know what they say.
invest in crack and all kinds of
Fool
shit.
me
Like,
once, strike
come on,
one.
bro. Like, get out of here.
But fool me twice. Strike three. I understand nothing.
Most people don't. What do you got for the more you know?
Freaky weather facts.
Freaky weather facts.
Just cause.
Oh, okay. So we're going to do the freaky weather facts, more you know, freaky weather facts edition.
All right. It says you can tell the temperature by counting a cricket's chirps.
This is that's some country ass.
I'm not going
redneck.
to sit there and count
That's
no fucking chirps.
You
like,
see those caterpillars over there? They're nice and woolly. It's going to be a long winter.
sandstorms can swallow up entire cities.
Bro, I was in
Yeah.
the middle of a sandstorm one time. Let me tell you this story. We were traveling out west, and so we're in the middle of Arizona, and my mom wants to have a tumbleweed. I don't know if you guys know
Right.
what tumbleweeds are, but tumbleweeds blow in the wind, right? It's this ball thing. It's just like this ugly looking thing, but it's a live plant. It just blows around. You see them
They have thorns in them too, don't they?
and the westerns, like, and a tumbleweed goes flying by. We did not know they had. Yes, they do have
Oh, yeah.
thorns. We didn't know they had thorns in it. Okay, we're in the middle of Arizona. It's about 100 degrees, and my mom's like, "Grab that tumbleweed." So we get out, we grab the fucking tumbleweed, get it in the car. We're driving. Boom, sandstorm hits. We're in the middle of the sandstorm. This old Ford Granada had no air conditioning. It's 100 degrees. In a sandstorm, the sand hits you so hard it can peel your skin off. It hurts so bad. So now we're pouring down sweat in the middle of the desert, in the middle of a sandstorm, and we have thorns all over us from this tumbleweed. They are stuck in our arms, in our neck. We are bleeding. We can't open the door to get rid of the tumbleweed because the sand is blowing so hard. It's like peeling the paint off the car. Disastrous mess. Disastrous mess. And to our rescue, out of nowhere, is a Burger King in the middle of absolutely nothing. There is nothing within 10 miles of this Burger King. And you would wonder, like, why would they put a Burger King in the middle of nowhere? This Burger King was packed out the door from people trying to escape the sandstorm. So whoever put it there knew exactly what they were doing, because everybody was up in Burger King getting something to eat. We walked in, got the thorns off of us, sitting in the AC, eating some Burger King. Yeah, that was my experience with the sandstorm. This shit hurts. It'll peel the stand off your car. It stings so bad. It feels like it's ripping your flesh right off. He says, I have not done the research, but on it. Oh, let's go back up here. I've not done the research on it, but I've gathered to enter into this cashless society, we cannot bring cash debt over, so we will have our mortgages and credit cards wiped clean.
Hell yeah.
I know what you are thinking. I've seen people posting their statements from the student loans, credit cards, etc., with the balance being paid off. I'm starting to think that maybe this actually might be the mark of the beast, because it isn't the mark of the beast, supposed to be something that is irresistible to us, whereas the vaccine isn't irresistible. It's an interesting take. That's an interesting take. But the mark itself doesn't need to necessarily be irresistible. The idea behind it makes you, I guess so. Yeah. Because it is something that almost everybody will willingly get and be happy to have it. Which is it's an interesting take. It's an interesting angle to approach it from. I mean, because if you start talking about Mark of the Beast and you really put those foil hats on, it is going to be irresistible. It's going to be very deceiving. And it's just something to look out for. You're better stuff than me. Yeah, I mean, no, you're right. At risk of being called a foil head, yeah, the Mark of the Beast is something that you are more than willing. But see, it's more of the beast itself, right? The Antichrist. As far as revelations go, the Antichrist is very, very enchanting. He'll have people bow at his feet. He will do things that only God himself can do, or present himself as the second coming of Christ. He will unite the world. So I don't know if it can be a worldly thing. And people will receive the mark willingly in their right hands or their foreheads. Which makes me feel like it's not the chip either. Because if it was the chip, then, but it's the act of getting you the chip. It's not the act of getting you the chip. It's who's telling you to get the chip. If you're like, this dude brought 7 years of peace, everything is going great, I love my life, I'm debt free, I'm happy, maybe a microchip isn't so bad. You know what I mean? It's interesting because people have been trying to figure it out. I mean, I've heard, Obama's the Antichrist, Bush is the Antichrist, Trump was the Antichrist. I'm sure Joe Biden will be the Antichrist. It's somebody that has to unite everybody, and everybody in the entire world will believe in him. So maybe it is money. It's an interesting angle. I don't know. We don't know. Put our tinfoil hats on and figure it out together. Because that's all we can do. Just be diligent. That's all we're saying. Oh, shit. Look, see? That's Bob Ramey's fault. He's the one that it makes sense if we go cashless how we can bring our debt over. How can we bring our debt over? We can't bring our debt over. That's what I said that myself. You have to wipe the debt clean. You have to wipe the whole thing, the whole system. If you're going to go cashless society, everything has to be wiped. They're already talking about the Great Reset. You can look it up. It's out there. All right, next. I'm sorry. Bob Ramey's taking over the segment, not me.
Oh, man.
Go ahead.
Dirt mixed with wind can make dust storms called black blizzards.
I've never seen a black blizzard, but that sounds horrible.
A mudslide can carry rocks, trees, vehicles, and entire buildings.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've seen some crazy mudslides on TV. You watch the Weather Channel enough to see some crazy shit like that.
The coldest temperature ever officially recorded was negative 89.2 degrees Celsius.
Yep. That sounds pretty cold.
A heat wave can make train tracks bend. Damn. About 2,000 thunderstorms rain down on Earth every minute.
Every minute?
That's what it says. Yep.
Okay. Go ahead, weather lady.
A 2003 heat wave turned grapes to raisins before they were picked from the vine.
Holy shit, that's hot.
Damn, there went my wine.
Grapes, it turned the grapes to raisins that quick. That's crazy.
Lightning often follows a volcanic eruption.
Yeah, because there's so much electromagnetic energy in the air. It's a lot of energy coming from the ground and the sky. It creates
What in
lightning.
Scotland? The cold? I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know. Something's in Scotland.
Raindrops can be the size of a housefly and fall at more than 30,000 miles per hour.
30,000 miles per hour.
Oh, damn.
89 degrees. Box wine is great drink with alcohol. We need to make some. We need to make you some. We need to put some fruit inside of a gallon jug and make. What do they call that shit, Roy? Like where you just let it rot in a windowsill and then it becomes alcohol.
Hooch?
Yes, hooch. We need to make some hooch. You want to drink some hooch?
Are we in fucking prison?
We're gonna have to learn how to make hooch if we're going to,
Oh shit.
if everything's gonna collapse, if the whole world collapses, they're gonna need to be able to make hooch. What else you got?
Cape Farewell in Greenland is the windiest place on the planet.
I don't know. I've been to Chicago. It's
I
pretty
never
windy.
want to go there. I don't like windy places.
It's pretty
Sucks.
windy in Chicago.
Yeah.
That was
sucks.
crazy windy.
It says in July 2001, the rainfall in Kerala, India, was blood red.
Probably
Oh,
'cause
too
of
bad
the-
you blocked our friend. Maybe he knew that.
Probably because it was like fucking tainted with God knows what. I mean, who knows what kind of acid rain is pouring down on us? What goes in the upper atmosphere and then falls back down on us? We don't know.
Blizzards can make snowflakes feel like pellets hitting your face.
Yeah, I've experienced that.
Yeah. Here's one. A hurricane in Florida caused 900 captive pythons to escape.
And I bet they're living lavish.
These motherfuckers want loose.
Living lavish. We got to move on.
Why do I have to move on?
Because we got to do celebrity birthdays, and then we got to do this day in history, and then we got to get out of here. We spent too much
bullshit.
time dicking around with old cheese. I don't even want to make, whatever. He's probably going to report me or something. I'm probably going to get in trouble from Podbean, but I'm going to say, look here. He came in fucking with me. All right. November birthdays. You want to do November birthdays? November 20, what is today? November 24th. You want to do that?
I wasn't done with this.
Okay, do one more.
Water spouts or rotating columns of air over water can make sea creatures rain down from the sky.
Wow. Yeah. Have you ever heard it raining frogs and stuff?
Yeah.
He said, stop cutting her off, Steve.
Yeah, I know. Like, I wasn't even done.
I'm trying here. Yes, I've heard of it raining frogs and things like that. And they say it comes from water sprouts. Do celebrity birthdays. You got one more.
Some tornadoes can be faster than Formula One racing cars.
That's amazing.
Fine, I'm done. This is ridiculous.
Celebrity birthday time. Oh my goodness. It's celebrity birthday time. It's the favorite part of the show. And there's a special celebrity birthday on the list just for you. So cheer up. Mm-hmm. Let's see what we have here today. Go ahead, Tanya.
The only person I know on here. Well, Katherine Heigl. She's 42.
Katherine Heigl is 42. Let me pull up my small cams here. Katherine Heigl, 42 years young.
I didn't know she was 10 years older than me.
She gained her fame as the role of Dr. Izzy Stevens. Is it Izzy or Lizzie?
Izzy.
Izzy Stevens on Grey's Anatomy, which earned her a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in 2007. She also starred alongside of Seth Rogen in the 2007 comedy Knocked Up. She returned to TV in 2017 as the star of CBS's Doubt. So she has been in a lot of stuff.
But I hear people don't like to work with her.
Huh?
I hear people don't like to work with her. Like, I heard she was, like,
Bitchy?
an awful person to work with on Grey's Anatomy.
She was bitchy. She was funny, though, in Knocked Up.
Mm-hmm.
That was my favorite movie she did. That was a good one. LeAngelo Ball's 22. The kids know who this cat is right here. Mm-hmm. They're huge. They love the Ball brothers for some reason. He's the least talented of the three.
The least.
He's a young 22 years old. Mm-hmm. Who else we got on these list?
I saw Tom Hanks' son.
You know, I did too, and it was like, damn, I never knew.
He's got a 43-year-old son?
Tom Hanks is older than you think. I've seen him
he
on
looks
stuff.
like him.
His name is Colin Hanks, and he's a TV actor, and he looks a lot like Tom Hanks. Mm-hmm. But I've seen him on stuff, and I never really put two and two together. He was in Orange County, King Kong, and the House Bunny. He was on the TV series Roswell, and as Jack Bailey in the series of The Good Guys. He stars alongside Billy Bob Thornton in the FX series Fargo and alongside of Betsy Bandit in Life in Pieces. I've seen him around. It's crazy how much he looks. It's his forehead. Like if you just block all this out, if you just blocked all that out, look, who's that look like? Tom Hanks. That's crazy. I never really put that together. Yeah, Tom Hanks' son, Colin Hanks. He is a very old 43.
That's all I know on there.
Not a lot of good ones today. Let's see here. I don't know these people. Beth Phoenix is 40. She's a wrestler. She was never really that great. She's got a jaw like a freaking boxer. That's a nice square. Look at that jaw. Jeez Louise. That's a square ass head. Other than that, I don't know. You know Michael Montano, world music singer?
No.
Tom Odell?
No.
Odell? Swipey the rapper?
No.
Swipey the You don't know who Swipey the rapper is?
No.
Me either. But he was a famous birthday today. Zachary Taylor was a president. His birthday would have been today. Zach Taylor. I didn't even know. That's our head coach name here in Cincinnati. Zach Taylor.
Oh.
That's funny. Other than that, I mean, I don't know. I don't see anybody. So that was quick. A couple YouTube stars turned 22 today. Monty Lopez, 45. He's a TikTok star. We need to become TikTok stars. How do you become a TikTok star?
Just do stupid shit all day.
We do stupid shit all day. And then he talks and talks and talks. Oh my God.
What?
What are those you talking shit about me? What are these
not.
emojis?
That's not talking shit.
Oh, it's talking shit. What are these emojis right here? I can't really see them. Well, you can see them on your phone.
It's a dog and a house.
Dog house. Because I'm in the dog house?
No.
I'm moving on to this day in history. If I could find my soundbite. I didn't cut off the segment. Jeez.
Remember this day, man, for it will be yours for all time.
All right. This day in history. Jack Ruby kills Lee Harvey Oswald. Oops. There we go. Jack Ruby killed Lee Harvey Oswald on this day in 1963, November 24th. At 12:20 p.m. in the basement of the Dallas police station, Lee Harvey Oswald, the alleged assassin of President John F. Kennedy, is shot to death by Jack Ruby, a Dallas nightclub owner. On November 22nd, President Kennedy was fatally shot while riding in an open car motorcade through the streets of downtown Dallas. Less than an hour after the shooting, Lee Harvey Oswald killed a policeman who questioned him on the street. 30 minutes after that, he was arrested in a movie theater by police. Oswald was formally arraigned on November 23rd for the murders of President Kennedy and Officer J.T. Tibbet. On November 24th, Oswald was brought to the basement of the Dallas police headquarters on his way to a more secure county jail. A crowd of police and press with the live television cameras rolling gathered to witness his departure. As Oswald came into the room, Jack Ruby emerged from the crowd and fatally wounded him with a single shot from a concealed .38 revolver. Ruby, who was immediately detained, claimed that rage at Kennedy's murder was the motive for his actions. Some called him a hero, but he was nonetheless charged with first-degree murder. Was they tying up a loose end here? I think so. But that's just the foil head in me. They had to tie up that loose end. But I'm crazy. Jack Ruby, originally known as Jacob Rubenstein. You like that?
Great job.
I did that. Rubenstein operated strip joints and dance halls in Dallas.
It's actually Stein. But you're good.
And had minor connections to organized crime. He also had a relationship with a number of Dallas policemen, which amounted to various favors in exchange for leniency in their monitoring of his establishments. He features prominently in Kennedy assassination theories, and many believe he killed Oswald to keep him from revealing a larger conspiracy. In his trial, Ruby denied the allegation and pleaded innocent on the grounds that his grief over Kennedy's murder had caused him to suffer psychomotor epilepsy and shoot Oswald unconsciously. The jury found him guilty of the murder with malice and of Oswald and sentenced him to die. But the foil head in me says something was up. Is the Kennedy assassination really the first thing where people started realizing conspiracy stuff and started really thinking something else was happening behind the scenes? Like, that's, to me, that's when people really started thinking, and, because he was desperately trying to expose the deep state and CIA and FBI and all their dealings and stuff. And that's really, I think, I could be wrong, but I think conspiracy was born the day that John F. Kennedy was murdered. I think a lot of people really, that's when they started getting into conspiracy theories and started wondering what was going on here. And they just stopped taking everything at face value. Because there's a lot of questions enshrouded around, surrounding Kennedy's assassination. And one of them is, why did Jack Ruby kill Lee Harvey Oswald? Why didn't he stand trial? But I don't know, I'm a foil head. Epstein hung himself, okay? If we just take everything at face value, that's just the stuff that happens. It's no conspiracy. There's not, 8 people who have been hung by a doorknob with a scarf around their neck because they had information on the Clintons. It's just how they kill themselves. It's just a coincidence that it's the same thing. I don't know. But yeah. I used to have a English teacher who was Jamaican, and he made me like the whole I was into that stuff when I was a kid anyways. God, I was in junior high school, and he used to talk about, I had summer school that year because I was always in trouble. But we did that all summer. We talked about the Kennedy assassination and the magic bullet theory and how there was multiple holes and how one bullet couldn't ricochet that many times. And I think he's the reason. He embedded this shit into, he made me a foil head. That Jamaican English teacher. I wish I could remember his name. But he was really into the Kennedy assassination, and we sat there all summer and learned about how it was a big conspiracy and how Jack Ruby killed Lee Harvey Oswald because he had deep state information and a monster was born. I got fed a red pill by the Jamaican English teacher at 12 years old. This is ridiculous. Oh, goodness. Marlon entered the studio. Thank you for entering. Class Probe came back. I don't know what's going on the live feed. Are we... Nothing's going on live feed. People are listening, though. I did delete yesterday's live feed. I don't think I have to delete today's live feed. We are going live at 8 tonight, right?
Yeah.
So I want you guys to get your foil hats prepared. All right, go home, make your 10 foil hats, place them on your head about 7:58. We have somebody from the medical field that is going to join us, and she cannot be revealed. She is a secret guest. Nobody can know her name because she would get fired for saying what she is about to say, which is ridiculous. If you don't think there's something behind all this stuff, then why is somebody who's in the medical field terrified to speak her mind about it and what she's seeing on a first-hand account? Oh my God, there he is. He just nailed me on that one, didn't he? He said, I thought you was growing a beard. Mm-hmm. Can't do it. Look, you wasn't on the other day when I said I gave up. I already gave up. I was yeah, I couldn't do it. I tried. It was getting a little long, and then I evened it out, and then it started growing a little bit, and then I was like, oh, I had to fix this. It's got to go. It's got to go. I can't do it. Makes me itch. And thank you for jumping on the live stream. We appreciate it. Yeah, I couldn't do the beard, bothering me. I just couldn't do it. I'll tell you what. I'll start growing my beard out when Bahramu sends me consistent segments. Oh, by the way, I need a writer. I reached out for a writer yesterday. Did you see the response I got? I need an informative writer. Like, I don't mind the opinionated pieces. I like having opinionated pieces on the blog, and I got to redo the website. It's a long list of shit I got to do. But, and I love, you know, Joanna's little take on things, and she, you know, that's something there for them. I got opinionated pieces that I write. That's something there for people who want to read that stuff. But I need informative, unopinionated pieces. Just news articles. Somebody that wants to write news articles. So I'm searching for that. If you know anybody, then you can just write the show. You can find us at www.jadip2020.com and contact us, because I am looking for informative pieces. I have a couple people that really spoke up, but some of them are mildly dumb. I'll say dumb. They're just a little dumb. He's a friend of mine, but he's dumb. No, he's not. He's actually intelligent, but he's dumb. Oh, it's all good, Bob Remy. You ready to get out of here?
Yeah.
All right. That was an interesting show. We got through it at least. I don't know. We had our first troll. That was an interesting experience. Our first guy. And I'm probably going to get in trouble for making fun of him, but he wouldn't go away. And I didn't know I could even block him, but now I know. Now I know. You guys keep it up, I'm going to block your asses too. No, I'm kidding.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Thank you guys for being here with us today on this wonderful Tuesday. We will be back at it again tomorrow at 11, Thursday, Friday, probably too. Make sure you check us out tonight at 8 o'clock to listen to this young lady that works in the medical field as we talk some COVID stuff. We will not be live on YouTube, as they will nail me to the wall and strip me of my rights to produce material. Because you cannot speak out against anything, because you will get in trouble. But I need a tinfoil hat. You got anything else to add, young lady?
No.
All right. You guys have a wonderful Tuesday. We will be back tonight at 8 and then again tomorrow at